Hi everyone, so I'm going to start with an outfit of the day. My blazer is from Zara, my trousers are from Zara, and my top is from Zara. It is no secret that I love clothes, so here's a peek inside my wardrobe. Whilst watching this video, I want you to listen to the lyrics of this song.
See, this gon' be the sneaker, on a Walmart. Go ya by the trunk, Isabel Marone. I love your Linda Farrow, I adore your Dior. Your Dami, yeah, Doma, be the carrot from the store. I crash down with that top down, or see how I rock round. Mommy in that time Ford, Poppy in that time brand. Rick Owens, Rap Simmons, boy, she got it by the stop. She ballin' till she bought, that means she shopping till she drop. And Versace got a lot, she may never wear it.
The point is, got a lot, but she may never wear it. When I heard that line, I felt attacked. Did A$AP Rocky write this song about me? My name is Bibi and I have nothing to wear. But seriously, how did we go from the Sunday's best mentality of owning just a few pieces of clothing, to owning hundreds and thousands of pieces of clothing that we never wear? Virtual is the new reality for fashion due to a significant amount of different technological advancements. I'm going to talk to you about a brief timeline of 4 advancements in technology that I think are really significant, with the first being the creation of the sewing machine in 1830. This is a Singer sewing machine that I'm sure many of you are familiar with. Bartholomew Thamone is a tailor that created a patent for the first mechanical sewing machine in 1805. The sewing machine revolutionized the way in which people created clothing, as they were able to create many pieces of clothing faster and in a more efficient way. It also revolutionized the way in which women worked, as they were able to create pieces of clothing for their family quicker. The next significant development was the creation of factories. Factories allowed clothing to become mass-produced. This was great, as it was one of the main economic drivers of the Industrial Revolution. People were able to create clothing in bigger quantities and faster. However, it did come with some negative consequences. Women and children were subject to working in vile conditions for pitiful amounts of money. This practice is still in practice today. It has been outsourced to the global south, where women and children in Bangladesh are forced to work for minimal amounts of money to create clothing for fast fashion brands such as PLT and ASOS. However, this practice is not exclusive to the global south. There have been cases in Leicester of people creating clothing for just £2 an hour for fast fashion brands such as Boohoo and Pretty Little Thing. Who knows what this is? A piece of fabric. Any guesses, Stephen? Yes. W.H. Carruthers created polyester in 1930. However, it didn't begin being used in clothing until 1950. Polyester is good because it's cheap. It costs around $2 per kilogram compared to cotton, which is $2.38 per kilogram. Another main selling point of polyester is that it's durable. Polyester is actually made of plastic, meaning every single piece of polyester that has ever been created is still in existence today. Every single piece of polyester that has ever been created is still in existence today. The next significant and our current reality is the internet. So, with the internet, fast fashion brands such as Pretty Little Thing and ASOS have been able to dominate the internet and the fashion space. It has also been the main factor of the death of the British High Street. With rising costs associated with owning physical stores, many fashion brands prefer to just go online as it's cheaper. The internet has driven consumerism. It is very easy to purchase clothing because it is online. You can literally pick up your phone, put in your details with Apple Pay, and there you go, you've got something to wear. Today alone, I have received around 5 emails and 10 push notifications telling me to buy something. Fashion is deeper than we think. We dress in a certain way because of how it makes us feel. Like today, I put on a pair of heels and wore a blazer because I wanted to establish dominance and power. I wanted to feel authoritative in this room. I would never wear heels to work or a blazer, but I just wanted to give that persona that I'm confident, I'm powerful, I know what I'm talking about. We have lots of different feelings when it comes to fashion. It's very easy to allow these feelings to make you it's very easy to allow your feelings to just let you keep buying and buying and buying things. And this is how consumerism has become an issue. Fast fashion and fashion in general has become a hugely wasteful practice. I myself have been a victim of this. I was very influenced in 2020 during lockdown by Melissa's wardrobe. She's one of my favorite influencers. And it was just, I'm just going to show you a video now. It was a bit embarrassing. I have to admit it, it was embarrassing, but this is what I was doing. I created a TikTok video of just me purchasing different Zara things. And this was just in the space of 3 days.
People think I'm obsessed with this, but I'm okay with it. I am obsessed with it. And I think this is an obsession that doesn't hurt anyone.
It was hurting my pockets. It wasn't good. Just look at the amount of cardboard boxes here. This was during the height of sale season, and it was so easy, once again, to just buy things. It was an app. My details have been pre-saved. So yeah, fast fashion and fashion as a whole, including the internet, can lead to very wasteful practices if we are led by our emotions. Now, whilst I've said that the internet can be a negative thing and virtual can be a negative thing in relation to the fashion industry, technology is being used in a really interesting way to create fashion. So when a new piece of clothing is created, fashion houses typically send off their design to manufacturers who send them a sample. And to get the right piece of clothing, multiple samples need to be created. A Black-owned brand named Hanifa in the US actually created a virtual reality fashion show using artificial intelligence. And I just want to show you what their work has done here. I'm going to play the video in a clip, but it's revolutionary. It's changed the way in which people get to showcase their clothing, and how we can use this for better is that it's a more sustainable way of interacting with fashion. Instead of having fashion shows as well, where people fly across all over the world to fashion capitals such as Milan and London and Paris, we can now just use virtual reality to present collections of clothing without running up greenhouse gas emissions. So this is what Hanifa did. I've watched that video so many times. It is so cool to see these models walking and acting as if they're real models. Fashion houses such as Fendi have actually piggybacked off Hanifa's concept and created their own virtual reality fashion shows. So it is interesting to see how smaller brands are already influencing bigger brands that have been established for hundreds of years. NFTs and the metaverse. Who actually knows what an NFT is? It sounds to me... Oh, yes, Eva? Do you want to answer? Yep. Yeah. So NFTs are actually, to me, it just sounds like the latest money laundering scheme, because what actually are they? For the purpose of this talk, NFTs are non-fungible tokens which basically are built with blockchain technology, and when they're exchanged or sold, the transaction is recorded on a ledger, so you know who owns it. NFTs are being used by major fashion houses to create pieces of fashion that are exclusive to people online. The Meta Birkin fiasco. So, someone decided to actually create a Meta Birkin in the metaverse and sell them. This is probably the only way I will be able to afford a Birkin, but it was very funny to see how Hermes immediately served them with a cease and desist order. Hermes realized the potential of this. They didn't want their brand to be watered down and become more accessible to the average person like me and you. The virtual reality of fashion is inevitable. Since the creation of the sewing machine in 1803, fashion has continued to evolve. And I ask, should we be afraid of this? If they were afraid of the technology that was created in the 1800s, fashion wouldn't be where it is today. I ask that we be open to this, and whilst we may not engage with fashion in the extremes that I've explained today, it is still interesting to see how technology can be used to make fashion a more sustainable and engaging place, especially with accessibility. Thank you for listening.